Good morning. Today we are talking about autistic inertia. This is a new concept for me. When I heard the phrase autistic inertia, I somehow just internally understood it. I don't know if any of you are feeling that way right now, but when I understood that it more or less means that once you start doing something, it's really hard to stop doing it. And also that it's really hard to start doing something once you are in a state of rest. Once I found that out, it was like this light bulb in my head because I struggle with this all the time. So I wanted to jump a little bit deeper into this today. So if that's something that interests you, come with me. I'm Taylor with Mom on the Spectrum. I dive into autistic topics and create resources for the autistic community. You can find a lot of things at momonthespectrum.life, and soon to come are one-on-one coaching opportunities and also autistic community groups where you will have the opportunity to join together with other people in the community, learn each other's stories, explore these topics in more detail. I'm really excited to bring all those things to you very soon, so keep tabs on that through my website, momonthespectrum.life, or find me on Instagram and TikTok at Taylor, at Taylor_Heaton_, like turn the heat on. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I am a mom of two. My kids are 8 and 6, about to be 9 and 6, and I was diagnosed at the age of 31. Found out I was autistic. That was about 2.5 years ago, and it totally changed my life. So here I am. Let's talk about autistic inertia. This concept of it being really hard to start doing something from a state of rest and stop doing something once we've started. If you're watching this video, if you're autistic, you probably understand the complexity and the frustration associated with this concept. I had posted a video a while ago on TikTok about me sitting in my car and how I get stuck there all the time. Like I'll drive to the grocery store and then I'll just sit in my car and not be able to leave my car because it's that transition from place to place, from activity to activity. I just feel so discombobulated, and I'll just do the autistic stare where I just stare off in the distance and I'm just like, I don't even know what I'm thinking about. I just am trying to process what to do next. I was surprised how many of you resonated with that video and said, oh my gosh, me too. I have so much trouble getting out of the car. I lose so much time there. Sometimes some of you said that you'll drive to a place and once you get there, you'll just turn around and go back home because it's too much. So question, doesn't everybody deal with this concept of it being hard to start something, hard to stop once you've started? Yeah, maybe so. But I think for people on the autism spectrum, that's compounded by the difficulty with transitions, which I just kind of mentioned, and also our nervous system regulation. So whenever we have transitions from activity to activity, it can be really easy to stall out, like I said, in the car. This can lead to kind of a feeling of overwhelm, not knowing what to do. When we start feeling overwhelmed, overstimulated, that leads to nervous system dysregulation, where our sympathetic nervous system is kicking in and making our heart beat faster, our breathing is a little more shallow, more rapid, and it's kind of like having your foot on the gas and the brakes at the same time. So your sympathetic nervous system is saying go, go, go. Your parasympathetic nervous system is trying to calm you down. It's a very unsettling feeling. You might feel like you need to come out of your skin. You might feel like you need to crawl into a fetal position. You might feel like you need to get away from all sights and sounds and people. So when you combine autistic inertia with difficulty with transitions with nervous system regulation, it's a recipe for meltdowns, shutdowns, overstimulation, frustration. It's a very, very hard concoction of challenging events. I don't know how to say it other than that. It's overwhelming. So yes, other people might struggle with these concepts, but for people on the spectrum, it can really be quite challenging, and it can also be associated with a lot of maybe guilt or shame of not being able to do the things that we want to do, not being able to start, feeling maybe lazy. Maybe it's really especially hard to get started in the mornings or wind down for bed at night. All of those types of transitions can bring a lot of challenges that are hard to deal with for people on the spectrum. So what can we do about it? First of all, just knowing that this concept exists helped me so much. I am able to be more aware of it now and just kind of realize when I'm in these situations, okay, struggling with some autistic inertia right now, gonna give myself some grace, which is another point. Give yourself grace, compassion. Life on the spectrum is very different than neurotypical life. And there aren't a whole lot of great models out there for us right now as to what it looks like to live your life on the spectrum. And I think for me, it's continuously challenging to try to keep comparing myself to neurotypical people, neurotypical standards of life, try to fit into that way of life, which can lead to more burnout, right? So much grace, so much compassion, because there's just not a lot of great help and support out there to show us what it's like to live life on the spectrum. So do it your way, make mistakes, give yourself much more space and time and grace than you think you even need. Like, err on the side of grace and flexibility and patience for yourself. So that self-awareness of understanding, first of all, that this is something you might struggle with. 2, giving yourself lots of grace. 3, making sure you're engaging regularly in sensory processing, sensory regulating behaviors, right? So anything that helps calm your nervous system down, go for a walk, spend some time in nature, pet your pets. That sounds weird. Pet your animals, pet your cat and dog, cuddle with them, take a bath. That's a really great one for me. Drink tea, anything that can slow you down and help you be present in the moment. You could even spend some time journaling if you were a journaler. That's a funny word. Whenever you focus on your senses, what you're seeing, smelling, what you can feel around you, all of those things bring you to the present moment. So a lot of times whenever we're anxious and stressed, those thoughts are related to something that's about to happen or something that already happened that we wish didn't happen. And so those things take us out of the present moment and make all of those things harder to process. So when you bring yourself back to the present moment, focus on what is actually happening right now, what you actually have control over right now, that can be a very calming and regulatory practice. So all of these things together, it's all a practice, right? It's all a lifelong practice of learning how to better navigate these things, give ourselves more grace and compassion any chance we get, especially in this world today, right? I mean, I just don't think that we can ever give ourselves too much grace or too much compassion given everything that we are living through these days. So keep practicing these things, keep better understanding yourself, asking questions, getting curious about why things affect you the way they do, not judgmental, but curious. All of these things can be helpful in navigating the world of autism and especially autistic inertia. If this is a new concept for you, let me hear from you in the comments. What do you think about it? Do you resonate with this? If it's not new for you, what tips do you have to help us navigate this? Y'all are always full of amazing ideas. If you'd like continued help on this subject, you can check out my Meltdown Survival Guide, which you can download today. And I added more to it. I think it's a 13-page guide with reflection questions. It goes more into detail about what I was talking about earlier with the parasympathetic, sympathetic nervous system, strategies for nervous system regulation, some of my favorite products that I use to help with those things, all kinds of stuff in that Meltdown Survival Guide. I will include the link in the description below, or you can check it out here. Channel memberships are also available. If you'd like to check out my videos 24 hours before anybody else, you can just go to my homepage on YouTube, Mom on the Spectrum, and there should be a blue join button. Just click that, and for a small monthly contribution to help support the channel, you'll get extra additional benefits like watching the videos earlier, getting priority responses to your comments, special emojis that you can use in chats, everything like that. So if you're interested in that, click that blue join button. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!